recording anything, this is great. So I've got x squared and x squared. I've got x and x and x. And then I've got a constant and a constant. So let's see. Negative x squared plus 3x squared is 2x squared. Plus x minus 5x gives me negative 4x. Plus x gives me negative 3x. And then 56 minus 3, plus 53. Okay, done. Okay, beautiful. Oh, I'm not screen. Oh, my Lanta. Thanks, Skips.
You're recording?
No, I'm not. I was recording. I'm not screen sharing. I am doing great today.
You sure are.
I know. It's a beautiful day. It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood.
Mm-hmm.
You know, 4 or 5 days. How many ever days off I've had?
Where was this weather in winter?
It's still winter. You know, technically winter didn't start till December 21st.
You're right. Okay.
So, do you guys need to see the answers for those 4 again? So there they are right there, so you guys can see them. Although I know you guys can see them on the computer screen. Sorry, it's been a long couple days for me. Okay. Alrighty, so let me. All right, I think we're finally ready. I think I'm finally ready to move on to long division. So we're going to talk about long division, and I've taught this the same way for years. And I was looking up to find pictures. I like putting pictures, if you guys haven't noticed, in the lessons, right? Because it kind of shows things. And I'm looking up pictures on long division, and I see this, and I'm like, what? And I'm looking at it, and I took the picture, and I sent it to Miss Martinova, and I said, have you ever seen this? And she looks at it, and she says, oh my gosh. And I said, I know, right? So we both learned something. It was kind of mind-blowing to both of us, because it's long division a little easier, okay? So I'm going to show you long division ways, and I'm going to show you the box method, kind of like multiplying with the box method, only backwards. So basically, we're going to do this only backwards for division. Totally makes sense in my world now that I saw it once. I'm like, you mean you can do that? Yeah, you can do that.
You didn't know that?
No. I know. You know, you get set in your ways when you're old and you just do something and then you see something that's kind of mind-blowing and it's just like, oh my gosh. So, hey, I'm old. I am. I'm going to be, how old am I going to be this year? 53.
What?
Yeah.
That's a joke.
No.
Oh, wow.
No, I wish it was a joke.
Okay, Mr.
25.
Oh, Lord, to be 25 again.
For real?
No.
You're living your best life. Too good of a time.
So we're going to do polynomial division today. So that's all we're doing today is long division. Okay, so polynomials can be divided using steps similar to the long division steps used to divide whole numbers. And I used to start this lesson off doing the long division, the 2 pictures that I showed that are up there right there. And I do them side by side. Not doing that anymore. Okay, but it's the same thing, right? How do I do long division? I find out how many times 12 goes into 27. Well, it goes in there twice. I multiply 2 times 12, which is 24, and then I subtract, right? So you find out how many times it goes in there, you multiply, and then you subtract. Then you bring down, and then you do it all over again, and you get left with the remainder, right? That's how you do it with polynomials also. You do the same thing. You have to ask yourself slightly different questions, but it's the same thing, okay? Although The two problems on the bottom, if I'm going to kind of zoom in on those, they're the same problems, just written different ways. And you'll see the problems written both of these ways as with the divide sign or as a fraction. They're the same thing. If I were you and it was a quadratic, I would try and factor first because that's the easiest way. I am recording, honey. Because that's the easiest way to divide. If you can factor a quadratic, it's the easiest way to divide, right? So, if it's factorable, I want to put some caveats on there, right? If it's factorable and simplifiable. Oh, I don't know if that's a word. Oh, well, I'm going to use it. Simplifiable. Okay? So, if I look at this x squared plus 7x plus 12, I do know that that can be factored. Right? So I can factor that. What multiplies to be 12 and adds to be 7? 4 and 3. Great. Right? So I can write the top part of this as x plus 4 times x plus 3, all divided by x plus 3. Then I have an x plus 3 on the bottom and an x plus 3 on the top, just like what we did with when we were dividing right before. And I get left with x plus 4. So that could be my long division, right? That's the easiest way to do it. But as we found out, they don't always divide easily, correct? So what we're going to do now is do the long division way, and no matter what, we'll get an answer, okay? So page and this picture. So it would be like trying to combine this 23 and my remainder of 1. The 31's my that 31 is my remainder. So this 1 is always, if I was to answer this, you could get an answer of 23 and 1/12, right? Because there's a remainder of 12. I can't combine those together. So it's the same. Yeah. And I'm going to do it both ways. I'm going to start with long division because you guys all saw it last year. Or you should have all seen it last year. I'm going to throw that out there because I know some of the teachers may not have taught it.
No.
But I'm going to show you how to do it, okay? And then we're going to do it the box method. And then we're going to just kind of flip back and forth between the two methods, okay? So how do I do long division the long way? Well, okay. I'm going to put I always get them wrong, the divisor, the divider. I'm going to put what I'm dividing into inside the house. So this would be x squared plus 7x plus 10 inside my little house, my little dividing house, right? And then what I'm dividing by goes on the outside, x plus 3. Okay, now I'm going to ask myself this question. When I'm doing this, I'm only going to look at, when I'm asking myself these questions, I'm only going to look at the x. So I want to know how many times x goes into x squared. That's actually not the question I want to ask myself, but that's what I'm thinking of. X squared divided by x equals what? Or what do I multiply x by to get x squared? I think that's a better question. Yeah. What do I multiply x by to get x squared? Yes, honey.
Are you recording this?
Yes.
Okay, just ask.
I'm not recording on Zoom, so you won't see the little record light. I'm recording on my iPad. Okay?
Okay, that makes more sense.
Okay. So, because Zoom starts deleting recordings after a month or so. So this way, if it's on my iPad, I can upload it to my YouTube channel. So, huh?
How many subs you got?
How many what?
Subs on YouTube.
I don't know. Why? It's almost all just math videos. Okay. So what do I multiply x by to get x squared? X, right? So I'm going to put an x up here. And then I'm going to multiply, because that's how I do long division, right? But when I multiply, I'm going to put this like inside parentheses, so I'm going to distribute that x through everything inside that parenthesis, right? So I'm going to distribute it times the x and the 3, okay? So x times x is x squared, and x times 3 is 3x. Is everyone okay with that step? Any questions from you guys at home? That's really where people get messed up at, is they forget to multiply.
Can you repeat that one more time?
Yeah. Where people get messed up is they don't distribute through both. So I'm going to multiply this x times the x and the x times the 3. And they usually do it times the x and not times the 3. I need to distribute it through the whole thing, Rukia. Is that okay?
Yeah.
And are you okay with where we got the x at?
Yeah.
Okay, great. And now what I'm going to do, you guys, is I'm going to subtract. And this is the other big mistake right here, is they subtract the first term and forget to subtract the second term, right? This is in parentheses, so I'm subtracting the whole thing. So this is x squared minus x squared, which is, of course, 0, right? And then I have 7x minus 3x, which is 4x. And then I bring down what's left. Okay? Questions? Are we okay so far? Yeah. Please make sure you're asking questions on this because this will get you tripped up. Okay? I know I taught this to you well, I didn't teach you last year, but. Okay, now I'm going to ask myself the same question. What do I multiply x by to get 4x? 4. Right. Positive 4, right? So plus 4. So now I'm going to distribute again. So I'm going to take that 4 and I'm going to multiply it by both terms again. So 4 times x is 4x. And 4 times 3 is 12. And now I'm going to subtract again. So that's 0. And 10 minus 12 is negative 2. Now I have a remainder. Okay? And I have to write the remainder in my answer. So I'm going to write my answer down here because I have those little swoopy thingies. So I've got x plus 4 minus 2 over x plus 3. Okay? Just divide the remainder divided by whatever we're dividing by. And that's how you write your answer. Okay? Questions at home? It's like questions at home, questions in class. Everyone okay? Okay, so this next one we're going to doing the box method. Let me look, you guys. Actually, I'm going to do one more long divide, and then we'll do the next two with the box method. Are you guys okay? Because I want to reinforce the long divide before we go on to the box method. Okay, so we're going to do exactly the same thing. Okay, so I have what I'm dividing by in my little box. So I've got 6x cubed minus 2x squared minus x plus 1. All divided by x plus 3 again. Great, x plus 3. Okay. So what do I multiply x by to get 6x cubed?
6x cubed.
6x squared, great. So I multiply it by 6x squared. And 6x squared times x is 6x cubed. And then 6x squared times 3 is 18x squared. And then I'm going to subtract that. And I'm going to start getting some really ugly answers here, and it's okay. All right, so that makes a 0. And then negative 2x minus 18x squared is negative 20x squared minus x plus 1. Okay, and now I'm going to do it over again. So what do I multiply x by to get negative 20x squared? Negative 20x, very good. And I distribute that negative 20x. So I got negative 20x times x is negative 20x squared. And negative 20x times 3 is negative 60x. And I subtract. I'm going to get 0. And then negative x minus a negative 60x is 59x. And I bring down the plus 1. Okay, so what do I multiply x by to get 59x?
59.
59, very good. 59. And so I'm going to distribute. So 59 times x is,
59.
and 59 times 3.
It's a lot.
Yes, it is.
300.
59 times 3.
107.
177.
Okay, I was close.
Yeah, you were close with 300. So 59x minus 59x is 0. And 1 minus 177 is minus 176. Woo! And so with my remainder, I put minus 176 divided by x plus 3. Now, are there answers that do not have a remainder? Yes. When I get down to this bottom, there are equations that would have a remainder of 0. Then I wouldn't have that little fraction on the end, right? Because there are sums that have remainders of 0. Okay, let's go on. Does everyone need a second to finish writing out? Are we okay? I know. I don't even want to look out the window.
Winter wonderland.
Walking in.
How was it, Emma, driving in the snow today?
It wasn't that bad, but walking was kind of terrible because of my eyes.
Okay, so now I'm gonna do the box method, and I'm gonna try and explain this the best I can, so please make sure you ask questions. I kind of like this way. I kind of like it, so we're gonna try it. So here we go. I'm just gonna I only need a 2 by, and I'm gonna kind of leave it open over here because I don't know how far out I'm gonna have to go. So I know that I'm multiplying by x plus 3. And this is my answer, 4x cubed plus 3x squared. So I know my first square here should be 4x cubed. Okay? Now we're going to have to manipulate the rest of it. Okay? So same question, what do I multiply x by to get 3x, sorry, that's a 4. 4x cubed. 4x squared, great. So this top pair would be 4x squared. Okay? And then this is a multiplication table, right? Because that's what this is. So I'm going to multiply 4x squared times 3 gives me 12x squared. Okay, so now the question becomes, my next term, when I add this like term, right, this term to the like term that should be here, I should get a total of 3x squared. So my question is, what do I add to 12x squared that gives me 3x squared? So what do I add to 12? I'm going to ask it again. What do I add to 12x squared that gives me a total of 3x squared?
Negative 9.
Yeah, good. Negative 9x squared. Good. Right? Because 12 minus 9 is 3. So now I'm going to start now I'm going to start the process over again, right? So now I'm back to the beginning again. What do I multiply x by to get negative 9x squared? Negative 9x. Perfect. Okay, and 3 times negative 9x is negative 27. Okay, so I'm going to highlight this one differently. So now the question again becomes, what do I add to negative 27x? What will go here that will give me negative 2x. So what do I add to negative 27x to get negative 2x? 25x. Very good. 25x. Great. Okay, so X times what number gives me 25x?
25.
Plus 25. Great. Okay, and 3 times 25 is 75. Right? And then again, the question becomes, what do I add to 75 to get 1? Negative, and where's my pen at? And negative 74. And this is my remainder. Once I get down to the ones here, anything past that is my remainder. So here's my answer. My answer should be 4x squared minus 9x plus 25 minus 74 divided by x plus 3. Same thought process, right? Because I'm still thinking, what do I multiply? McKenna.
Are we ever have to do one or the other?
Nope, you can choose whichever one you like best. That's why I'm showing you guys whichever. Like in my honors class, some person did all long division and some person was like, I don't know how to long divide. I'm like, I did it like 10 times for you guys. And they're like, I still don't get it. I'm doing the box method. And they like the box method. Whichever one you guys like best. And sometimes I look at them like, I don't want to do the box method on this. I'm going to do long division. And then other times I'm like, I'll just do the box method. So for me, it's just like whichever I look at the equation, I'm like, okay, I think I'll do long division on it. It's not like I can tell you why I choose one or the other. It's just like how I feel when I look at the problem. Does that make sense? Yeah. It's just like a feeling for me. So let's go ahead and do this one. This one's a little bit longer, but I'm still going to do the box method on this one. Okay. And I'm multiplying by x plus 2 this time. Oh my gosh, something other than x plus 3. Wow. Okay. So my first one is going to be 2x to the 4th. So what do I multiply x by to get 2x to the 4th? Please make sure you ask questions. 2x cubed. That is beautiful.
Wait, what?
Are you asking me what?
Oh no, I'm saying what because I'm so confused. My pen isn't leaking, but I have ink all over my hand.
Okay.
This is kind of awkward. Okay.
I know. Okay, what do I add to 4x cubed to get 5x cubed?
4x squared.
1x cubed.
Thank you, Jordy. 1x cubed. Okay, and x times what time? Oh, my Lanta, I can't even think about. You just totally threw me off, Nia. X times what number gives me x cubed? X times what number gives me x cubed?
1 cubed.
X squared.
There you go.
Oh yeah.
Woohoo!
Okay, and 2 times x squared is 2x squared. Now, what do I add to 2x squared to get 5x squared? 3x squared. Nice, Jordy. What do I multiply x by to get 3x squared?
3x.
3x. And 3x times 2 is 6x. What do I add to 6x to get 10x? 4x. Beautiful. Okay. And x times what gives me 4x?
4.
Plus 4. And 4 times 2 is 8. And what do I add to 8 to get 8? Ooh, 0. So I have a remainder of 0. So here is my answer. Done. I don't have to have a little weird fraction remainder on this one.
I was confused earlier, but I just wasn't looking up at the board.
Yeah. You got it?
Yeah.
Nice job. So I don't know which one you like better, long division, the box method. I don't care. Choose one. Do these two problems. What are these problems? Yeah, I'm doing good. Doing great. Doing fantastic.
And that.
Yeah. It was a long COVID shot-filled weekend.
How'd that go for you?
Actually, I felt better this time than I did last time.
That's what I thought.
So,
Earlier today, and she just said no my question.
okay, what do I multiply x by to get x squared? Well, that would be x. And x times negative 9 is negative 9x. And what do I add to negative 9x to get negative 4x? Well, that would be 5x, I believe. Yeah, 5x minus 9x. Yeah, that's negative 4x. Okay, and what do I multiply x by to get 5x? 5. And 5 times negative 9 is negative 45. So what do I add to negative 45 to get negative 14? Oh, that's a good question. Let's see. 31. So there's my remainder. So it should be x plus 5 plus 31 divided by x minus 9.
Why don't we combine the 5 and the 31?
Which 5 and 31, honey? I'm not sure. Oh, okay. I understand your question. Can I go back? Let me go back to this polynomial. This 5 is a whole 5. Because it went in there a whole 5 times, but it doesn't go in there a whole 31 times. Does that kind of make sense?
Yeah, that makes sense.
Okay, yeah. A whole 31 times, wow, okay. But that was right, that was the right, it just doesn't sound right in my head now that I said it out loud. Sorry, Skips. But thank you for asking that question. Okay, and this one I think I'm gonna do long division because just why not? So I've got, let's see, x cubed plus 2x squared minus 5x plus 16 divided by x minus 4. So what do I multiply x by to get x cubed? Well, that would be x squared. And x squared times x is x cubed. And x squared times negative 4 is negative 4x squared. And then I'm going to subtract. And I've got, let's see, what do I get there? Minus a minus is plus, so that's 6x squared minus 5x plus 16. X times what gives me 6x squared? Well, that would be 6x. 6x times x is 6x squared. 6 times negative 4 is negative 24x. Subtract that. And that gives me 19x plus 16. So that would be 19. Um, 19 times x is 19x, and 19 times 4. 19 times 4, 76. And I have a remainder of, that can't be right, 60. So plus 60 divided by x minus 4. Okay? So Moses, it's, yes, because I'm minusing a minus, so it's 2x squared minus a minus 4x squared. So minus a minus is positive, so that would be 6x squared. Okay, yeah. That's where a lot of people mess up because they don't subtract. I'm subtracting, so I'm subtracting that second one, so that minus becomes a positive. Okay, so now we have two more, I think, for you guys to do. C and D up here. Okay. And make it big enough so everyone in here can see it. Okay, another, I think we just did start recording, that I just don't, yeah.
I did it.
I'm glad. You did C? We're going to find out.
Yeah, we'll see if my answer is
6x cubed. And then I'm going to take 6x cubed times 4, 24? 24x cubed. So what do I add to 24x cubed to get 14x cubed? I think that would be negative 10x cubed. Wow, okay. And then what do I multiply x by to get negative 10x cubed? Negative 10x squared. Good so far, Skips. Great. I'm doing this as I'm looking at yours there. So that would be negative 40x squared. So what do I add to negative 40x squared to get negative, yeah. Oh, look, there's no x squared. I go from x cubed to x. So what do I add to negative 40x squared to get 0x squared?
40x.
There we go, 40x squared. Right? Because I don't have an x squared in there, so I have to have a 0x squared, right? So what do I do to get a 0x squared? I add the opposite. And then x times what gives me 40x squared, which would be 40x. That's good. So she's doing great. Oh, I remember this one. Okay, so this is 160x. So what do I add to 160x to get negative 20x? And I think that's negative 180x. Okay, and then that would be negative 180. Yes, and then 4 times negative 180. Yeah, I know that one off the top of my head. No, times,
Negative 720.
Like she's already got it, negative 720. And my remainder is going to be, 670. I'm just going to, 600. I'm trusting you, Skips, that you got that right. So my answer is going to be 6x cubed minus 10x squared plus 40x minus 180 plus 676 divided by x plus 4. Whew.
Not too much.
I hate this.
Can I be really mean and ask if you can do it in the long division way?
No. Of course you can.
Because I went to do the long division and then I got confused.
Yeah. No, I can do it. So I've got 6x cubed. Oh, 6x to the fourth. Sorry, I'm looking at the answer instead of the problem. Let me start over again. 6x to the fourth plus 14x cubed minus 20x minus 44. And then x plus 4. So again, this will be 6x cubed, right? So that gives me 6x to the fourth plus 24x cubed minus. So that gives me negative 10x cubed minus 20x minus 44. Okay? And then I'm going to multiply by negative 10x squared. 10x squared gives me negative 10x cubed minus 40x squared. So I subtract, and that gives me 40x squared minus 20x minus 44. Because you can't combine, you can only subtract like terms, right? So there's no x squared, so I just bring that down by itself.
Oh, okay.
Does that make sense now? Okay. That's the only spot she needed me to get to, you guys. So once I got there, she's good now. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, remember like terms, you can only add like terms together or subtract like terms. So if there's no like terms, I'm just going to bring them all down.
And then what do you do with the x squared after?
Oh, what do I do now? So what do I multiply x by to get 40x squared, which would be plus 40x, right?
Oh, okay, now I get it.
And you're just going to go on and get 40x squared plus 160x, right? And then you subtract it and you get minus 180. Da, 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 da. Okay. Okay. You're so welcome. Okay, so this next one. Okay. Here we go.
My brain.
Your brain. 10b cubed. How are we doing on time, guys? 12:03, 12:18. Okay. Minus 21b squared plus 16b minus 65, all divided by b minus 6. So I'm going to go ahead and do this long. I hope I have enough room here. So this will give me 10b squared. And I have 10b cubed minus 60b squared. And 60 minus 21. 60 minus 21 is 39. 39b squared. Oh, that's a minus. Plus 16b minus 65. And then I'm going to multiply by, let's see, 39b. So that's 39b squared. 39 times 6 minus 234 b. Sorry, I forgot my b. And then 16 is 250 minus 65. Woo. Okay. Plus 250. So it's 250b times 6 minus 1500 minus a minus 65, 1435. So plus 1435 divided by b minus 6. That one gave me a headache. Put your makeup away and your mask on. You're going to think sorry when you have a 2-week suspension from school.
Real. It's so dumb that they're suspending us.
No, it's not, because other people can get sick and take it home to their parents and grandparents who can get sick and die.
Agreed.
Wear your mask.
Period.
I got a question. How does it go then can't think how people take it in the
Because if you feel in front of your mask, there's no air that gets through, right? And really the virus is through air particles.
It's airborne.
Airborne, yeah, droplets. So if it gets stopped at your mask and your social distancing, then it doesn't get through.
Think about when you're outside in the cold and you breathe out.
Okay.
That's how far out it goes, yeah.
Okay, so I was at hospital not that long ago, right?
And people aren't wearing.
And I didn't get it, okay? And my mom got it, but she had a mask on. And she went with us all the.
So sometimes people will touch or not have their mask on when they go in and touch stuff. And then if you touch it and the virus hasn't died yet, and then you rub your eyes or touch your face, you can get it through that way. Does that make sense? Because you go into Costco, you see people without masks. You go into stores, you see people without masks. Because they don't think they got it, or they still don't think that COVID's real.
I didn't think it's nuts.
Yeah. They think they're invulnerable and they can't get it. Well, they're still carriers and they're giving it to other people. Yeah. So do you see what I'm saying? You're not only protecting yourself, you're protecting other people. And there are people in this world who don't care about other people.
I just think
Imagine if I was Thanos.
No,
It would be over.
no.
It would have been done. Period.
You would have been done.
Can I just smack her?
Yeah, smack.
Her mom would let me. That's the whole thing.
Oh, thank you.
You don't know. Yeah, she's like, you don't know. I love her family. Her family's awesome. They are. Don't act like that.
I'm the only awesome one.
Okay, so now we're going to do a few where the x is not by itself. Now we have a number with it. Do exactly the same thing. Yes, darling.
Can you use that real quick?
What?
Can you use that real quick?
Oh, my Lanta, yes. Okay, I'm going to do exactly the same thing. I'm going to say, what can I multiply 2x by to get 2x squared? Well, that would be x. And x times negative 1 is negative x. So what can I add to negative x to get negative 5x? So negative 4x, yeah. And so what do I multiply 2x by to get negative 4x? Negative 2x. And negative 2x times 1 is positive 2x. Oh, sorry, it shouldn't be negative 2x. You are very correct. Thank you. Let me erase my little x. Okay, negative 2. So what do I add to 2 to get 3? Oh, this is hard. What do I add to 2 to get 3? 1. And that's my remainder. So my answer is x minus 2 plus 1 all over 2x minus 1. Thank you for helping with that little x problem. That's it.
Yay.
By the way, we are not, and I forgot to change this one. We are not doing number 2.
Good.
Because all of them are fractions.
Yeah, it looked like.
Fraction coefficients. Sorry, I forgot to take it out. I yelled at Miss Martinova. I'm like, why did you do that problem? It took me forever. Yeah, and I did it both the box method and the long division method, and I was still like, oh. It was so hard. I was like, I yelled at her for putting that problem in there. So I'll just go ahead, since we're running out of time, I'm just going to go ahead and do A and B also, okay? Are you guys good with that? Okay, so I'm going to do this one. I'm just trying to think. I'm going to do the second one, long division. So I'm going to do this one by box method again, just by looking at it. I'm doing the second one. I can tell you why I'm going to choose which I chose on this one. I'm doing this one long division because this has an x squared in it. And I have tried the box method with it, but it's much more difficult. So you can do it, but it's much more difficult, and you kind of have to know for sure what you're doing. So I think it's easier to do long division on the second one, as long as, because it's got an x squared in it. Okay, so I think that one's easier, long division. So I'm going to do this one as the box method here. Leave it open. Besides, the box method takes a whole heck of a lot less paper to do. Emma's like, I like long division.
I always have.
You know what? I like long division too. I'm just going to tell you that too. So, but now I like either way.
I remember being in elementary school and they taught us some other way of long division, but my dad taught me his way. And then,
Regular long, the way we learned long division, yeah.
and that makes so much more sense.
So what do I multiply 3x by to get 9x to the 4th? 3x cubed. And 3x cubed times 2 is 6x cubed. What do I add 6x cubed to get 3x cubed? Negative 3x cubed. Yeah, that's right. Okay, so what do I multiply 3x by to get negative 3x cubed? That would be negative x squared. So that would be negative 2x squared. What do I add negative 2x squared to get 4x squared? 6x squared. And that would be plus 2x. And 2x times 2 is 4x. Now I'm all worried about my x's now. What do I add 4x to get 7x? 3x. So that would be x. Nope, that would be 1. And there's my mistake. And it's always that one that I mess up on. Plus 1. And 1 times 2 is 2. And what do I add 2 to get 2?
4. Oh, no.
What do I add to 2 to get 2? 0.
4.
What do I add to 2 to get 2?
No, I thought you were saying what is 2 plus 2?
That is so not what I said 3 times in a row. So there's my answer right there.
Yeah, I said 4, didn't you?
And I said, what do you add to 2 to get 2? And she says 4. And then she said 2 like 4 times in a row. It's 0. What do you add to 2 to get 2?
Oh, 2.
No.
Wait.
2 plus 0 is 2.
Oh, are you asking? Oh, sorry. I just don't understand the question.
Obviously.
Sorry. Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm doing this one long division. I kind of already talked about why I was doing this because in the divisor, it's a 2x squared. So I've got 4x cubed minus 2x squared minus 3 divided by 2x squared minus 1. So what do I multiply 2x squared by to get 4x cubed? I think that would be 2x. Is that correct?
Yes.
Yeah. 2x times 2x squared would be 4x cubed. And 2x times negative 1 would be negative 2x. So now I'm going to subtract them. So I've got negative 2x squared plus 2x minus 3. So I can't add my non-like terms together. So I'm going to write them all down. What do I multiply 2x squared by to get negative 2x squared? Well, that would be negative 1. So it's negative 2x squared plus 1. And I'm going to subtract that. And that gives me 2x minus 2. Beautiful. And so that gives me plus 2x minus 2 divided by 2x squared minus 1.
They're gonna be here on Thursday.
For this class? Okay. Thanks, hon.
What's your phone?
Okay, and that's it, guys. Long division.